Hello everyone and welcome to Unit 6 of the course. So we have Unit 6 and then the conclusion unit and we are all done. So everything for Unit 4 was completed as far as grading by, I want to say it was like last Thursday or Friday. I did wrap that up. And then for Unit 5, keep in mind I will be going through and manually grading the quizzes. So if you had any questions or concerns about, quiz grades and stuff like that, I will be going through and updating that with the Unit 5 grading. So ideally what I'm hoping to have done is to have the Unit 5 work completed and graded by 11/19, because usually I have it done by the time the next unit is due. I am getting married this week, so depending on what things look like, I may or may not be able to have all of that completed. So after this unit, you do have a 2-week break. So everything will most certainly be graded by at least December 3rd. So if you have any questions or anything, let me know. I like to try and do it so I can have it off my plate. So my intention is to have it all graded by 11/19, but just to put that out there just in case for some reason it's not, I don't want to cause any concern or anything. So for Unit 6, we're going to talk a lot about counseling in like a school setting. So whether it be a school counselor or a counselor within a college counseling department. UB has a counseling department, just in case anyone feels that that might be, beneficial for them, just to put that out there. So we're going to talk a little bit about school counselors and student services and college advising. It's basically a fancy term for a college counselor. So what we're going to do for this unit is you're going to read Halkowski chapters 12 and 13, watch the TED Talk by Kevin Briggs, complete journal reflection number 4, and discussion board number 4. So what's really great is you don't have a unit assignment this one, or this unit. So I only have unit assignments for units 1 through 5. So this was intentional just because the advocacy paper is coming up. So I do want to give kind of a trigger warning to the TED Talk. So this TED Talk does talk about suicide. Just from reading discussion board posts, journal reflections, personal emails from students, I know that this is a really difficult topic. So, do the best you can. If it's really, really bad, let me know. But Kevin Briggs essentially talks about his role as a security guard of the Golden Gate Bridge and his experience in essentially trying to help people through those really, really vulnerable moments in their lives when they feel as though they want to end their life, and just his reflection on that. And so you will be reflecting on this TED Talk in the discussion board. So, this is something that's really important because this is something that we see quite often in, not only college and schools, but among really everyone in the population. Suicide is a very, very tough topic. It's honestly something that we see pretty frequently. And lethality assessments are very, very, very important when working in the counseling professions. So what I mean by a lethality assessment is that is assessing someone's risk of harm. So suicidal ideation, suicidal acts, any self-injurious behaviors and stuff like that. So we are always, always, always regularly and routinely assessing for that in the counseling professions. So that is why it's important here. So let me get you the unit journal reflection. So for this one, we're taking a look at what I just mentioned. So in the counseling professions, when we are assessing for risk of suicide or other lethality such as self-injurious behaviors, we take a look at something that's called risk factors. What do you think is meant by risk factors, and what are some examples of what these might be for individuals? So this material is not included within our unit, so you are going to have to turn to outside sources such as Google and other things just to get kind of some information on what a risk factor is. It's pretty straightforward. It shouldn't be too difficult, but yeah, take a look at that, because risk factors are also something that we really need to consider when we are taking a look at lethality. For individuals who do note that they are vulnerable to this in a way, we will do what's called a safety plan. So this is basically like, what are some warning signs that someone, might feel like they want to hurt themselves? What are their protective factors? So what are some things that keep them safe? You know, whether it be a pet or a game or a friend or a family member or something like that. You know, what things people in places make you feel safe and comfortable, that, you know, if you are in this mindset, that you would be able to go to or talk to. What are some contacts for people who are there to support you? Do you know who your supports are? Do you know their phone numbers? So it's just something that, you know, kind of puts all this information in one place. So we're taking a look at, you know, basically what things can keep you safe or get you out of that mindset whenever you are feeling that way. So they definitely serve a purpose and they're very important. So risk factors on there are something that are really big and something that we really take into consideration. So I just want you to be familiar with what that is. So after this unit, you have Thanksgiving break from November 20th until the 3rd of December. And then I want to make sure I'm stating this explicitly. So the conclusion unit is not 2 weeks. It is only from the 4th until the 10th. This is when your advocacy paper is going to be due, and then journal number 5. So I won't do another unit video until the 4th of December, which is crazy to say. So you won't really hear much from me until then. I really hope everyone has an opportunity to kind of decompress from this class and, you know, catch up on work from other classes if that's something that, you know, is necessary for you. So if you can, take the break to work on the advocacy paper, or even if you want to have it done this unit and submit it during the conclusion unit. Again, there is a folder of resources with an example advocacy paper in the unit material that shows you, you know, an exact outline of what I'm looking for and the grading for it, and then also like an example of someone's paper who they completed it and this is exactly what I'm looking for. I know it's an APA format. I don't go through your paper with a fine-tooth comb and look at APA mistakes. I just want to make sure that you're getting the hang of it. So please make sure you're using APA format. I did also provide a link for you for Purdue OWL, which is fantastic with helping with APA format. So, you know, make sure it's Times New Roman size 12, double spaced. You have your sections labeled appropriately. You have a cover page. You do not need to do an abstract. And then you just have your headers and your page numbers and in-text citations. So please, please, please make sure you're citing your information. The first part of the paper, you are going to be presenting research. So this should be from peer-reviewed articles, not from websites on the internet. You know, we want to make sure that this is peer-reviewed research. So you're basically stating your case as to why this population is vulnerable based on previous research. That's what you're doing for your literature review, like that first part of the paper. Then obviously you have your implications for counselors. You know, what does this mean for people who are in counseling positions, that kind of thing, or how can they help? And then your actual advocacy plan. Again, as I've stated in previous videos, this is a step-by-step detailed plan from you where you are already pretending to be in a counseling profession. So your advocacy plan should be written in first person. Your intro or literature review should be written in third person. So your advocacy plan is first person, you saying, I have unlimited resources and this is my plan. I'm going to do this, this, and this. And that's outlined in the example advocacy paper that's in the folder. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Make sure you're citing your resources. Make sure you have a references page at the end that's APA format. So if you have any questions or you need anything, please let me know. This unit's pretty straightforward and we're getting to the end of the semester and it's been fantastic. So yeah, if you need anything, shoot me an email and I will see you all in pretty much a month. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you have a safe, happy, healthy Thanksgiving, and I wish the same for you even if that's not something that you celebrate. So take care everyone and I'll see you soon.